Cheng and Zhang against Matthias Christiansen and Alexandra Bøje. And so this is the road to the final. Varanukro, Pelsampran getting through the quarterfinals. A big test for them there after 3 games, and a similar story for Christiansen and Bøje. For Zhang and Zhang, straightforward. Straight games through to the quarterfinals. And for Tu and Lee as well, making their way into the final 4 pretty comfortably.
On court 1, Cheng and Zhang from China.
So plenty to look forward to inside this historic venue. 2 mixed double semi-finals, 1 men's singles semi-final. And now though, we will begin with this mixed double semi-final between China's Cheng and Zhang against the Danish pairing of Matthias Christiansen and Alexandra Bøje. An excellent crowd here at Nimibutr Stadium. Plenty to do, not just in the arena, taking in the wonderful badminton action, but around the venue as well. The ones who are sat down here are looking forward to this contest. The 3rd meeting between the pairs, head-to-head, is currently tied at 1 victory each. The first meeting came at the BWF World Championships last year. Cheng and Zhang produced a strong straight games victory, 23-21, 21-12 in 51 minutes. And the Danish pair responded earlier this year at the India Open in the round of 16. On that occasion, Christiansen and Bøje won 21-17, 21-17 in 46 minutes. So both pairs already know what it takes to defeat the other. Interestingly, both previous meetings between these 2 pairs were settled in straight games. So despite the rivalry being level at 1-1, neither pairs yet managed to force the other into a deciding final game. Tonight, though, as we head into the rest of the program, I'm sure we'll see plenty of drama. Cheng for now. And this late afternoon, the 24-year-old comes from Zhujiang in Jiangxi province, China. Currently ranked among the top mixed doubles players in the world, alongside Zhang, the 24-year-old. A role within the partnership built around speed, anticipation, and aggressive front court play. She hails from Hunan in China. Very sharp reactions around the net, very good interceptions. And the Chinese pair have already come through several demanding matches this week to reach the semi-finals. The opening round lasted 80 minutes against Teraratsakun and Teratanachai, a dramatic 3-game contest with Cheng and Zhang eventually won. Then came another long battle in the second round against Indonesia's Amrisha Nawi and Nita Marwa, and they came through that in 69 minutes, and much more efficient in yesterday's quarterfinal. As we have a look at Matthias Christiansen, the 32-year-old from Bornholm, Denmark, currently ranked number 7 in mixed doubles together with Alexandra Bøje, though they are seeded 2nd here this week in Bangkok. 26-year-old Alexandra Bøje from Horsens in Denmark. She has been one of Europe's leading mixed double specialists through a partnership with Christiansen. She brings discipline, speed, and excellent awareness around the forecourt. This is their road into the semi-final. They have looked very strong overall throughout the tournament so far, opening with a comfortable straight games victory over India's Dhruv Kapila and Tanisha Krasto, 21-9, 21-15 in just 32 minutes. That followed with another composed performance against Indonesia's Varel Mulia and Aisha Putri Pranata. So have a look at the umpire from Thailand, Arin Ninsakun. And service judge Sudip Barve. Going back to the Danish pair, that 2nd round win in 39 minutes, 21-9, 23-21. Again, very comfortable against the Indonesians. And perhaps the toughest challenge coming in the quarterfinals against another Chinese pair, Gao Jia Xuan and Wei Ya Xin. Now that one extended to 3 games and 70 minutes of play. Haynes took the
Ladies
opening game
and gentlemen,
21-16, lost the second
on my right,
18-21. Responded brilliantly in the
Christiansen
decider, won that
and Alexander
21-19.
Bøje, Denmark. And on my left, Cheng and Zhang, China. Cheng to serve to Matthias Christiansen. Low fall, play.
So there we go. Cheng and Zhang on this near side.
1 love.
First off the mark. Lovely drop that
2
from Cheng.
love. Three love.
It's pushed wide by Christiansen. Catching out Bøje on the
4
serve.
love.
And finally getting a point on the board.
Service
Christiansen
over. 1-4.
right into the body of Cheng. Big, powerful smash that one from Cheng. And bring his height, his reach,
Service
and that
over.
strong attacking
5-1.
pressure from the rear court. 1.85 meters tall, especially dangerous once he settles into the rhythm of these rallies, against creating those steep attacking angles. Quick reactions from
6-1.
Cheng. Aggressive front court play, very sharp reactions around the net, capable of making those really good interceptions.
Seven, 1.
It's safe to say that Christiansen and Bøje haven't quite gotten into their rhythm just yet.
Eight, 1.
Clear, that was sent all the way out by Bøje. That's lovely from Cheng again. Second time now where he's just put that disguise on
9,
it.
1.
Lovely drop. The speed out of that shuttle. Right at the end with the connection.
Service over. 2, 9.
He's going to guide the third shot back across the net on that occasion, Zhang. from their perspective for Christiansen and Bøje.
3-9.
European champions. Christiansen, one of Denmark's most experienced doubles players, 186 meters tall, combines that strong rear court attack with an excellent tactical understanding and a calmness under pressure. Defended well here by Zhang. He's going to veer off just wide.
4-9.
26-year-old Bøje. It's a good partnership that they have. Become one of the most tactically reliable combinations on the BWF World Tour. And in these instances, in these conditions, about adapting quickly once you come out and play on that court. And you talk to coaches and you talk to players, they'll all have their plans, ideas around what they want to do once they get out there. Well, once you do get out on the court, it's a whole different story at times, and you have to change things up.
5-10.
Especially with your analysis based on previous matches involving the opposition. They will have their plans as to perhaps changing and tweaking a few things as well. Finished off by Bøje.
6-10.
Look to change that up on the angle, opening up the body, but he sent it just wide. Christiansen, too much length on that. Means Cheng and Zhang go into the interval, 5 points clear.
Seconds. 20 seconds. Space, back on foot. Eleven, 6, play.
A good start to this first game in this mixed double semi-final from Cheng and Zhang. 5 clear. And that cushion, that advantage as Zhang serves to Christiansen.
Service over.
So Bøje and Christiansen with that time to have just a little bit of a reset. Exchange of ideas, come back out and hope for a better performance as they look to work their way back into this. That's clever from Christiansen. In that rotation, a little bit mistimed perhaps.
8-11.
Identified the moment to go and quickly push it in towards that backcourt. Very nicely done. So much better now from Christiansen.
9-11.
And Bøje. European title together, Christiansen and Bøje.
Ten, 11.
And a strong 2026 for them so far as well. In terms of deep runs at tournaments, the finals of the India Open, Indonesia Masters and Holland's Masters. Well, they did suffer early exits in the first round at the All England Open and Malaysia Open.
Matthias, no switch throwing. Service over.
16 wins,
12,
6 defeats
10.
for Christiansen and Bøje. In 2026, it's only 2.7%. The win rate for them this season. Zhang and Cheng not that far off, 70.8% for them. And they too have had some really encouraging results
13,
in 2026. 10. Title wins at the Germany Open and the Swiss Open. Also had first round exits at the All England and the Indonesia Masters. Lovely exchange there, shot for shot. One matching the other. Drives being exchanged, and eventually Cheng just steps in. Not enough on that block back across from Bøje. Too much height on it. Returned right into the path of Cheng Sing. And an easy one for him to finish off. So Christiansen and Bøje were closing in. Cheng and Zhang now being able to just open up the advantage a little bit more once again.
Return the shuttle. Just return the shuttle. Return the shuttle. Service over. 11-14. Leon.
Umpire not interested in listening to Zhang at all there in her appeals about the shuttle.
Fault. 12-14.
They're making sure that they are staying in touch, which is so important on the stage of this contest. Not making it too easy for Cheng and Zhang. Smart from Christiansen.
Cheng Sing challenges, call out.
So a challenge on that out call.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
Which is well wide. And perhaps a bit of a tactical challenge that from Cheng and Zhang. just to
13,
try and slow things down a little bit.
14.
The momentum
Play.
is going the way of Christiansen and Bøje. And I might just have felt that, Cheng and Zhang. Just a 1 point difference, and Christiansen has been very good at identifying those spaces. With a flick on the backhand
14-all.
to the backcourt once again. Really nicely placed. Cheng and Zhang able to cover their spaces efficiently in that situation. And they're level, Christiansen and Bøje. Clever, lovely. Great touch close to the net from Zhang.
Service over. 15-14.
He's lifting it in between the tram lines. Clever bit of play. At the front court. Close to the net. Nice and precise. Very tight. With that drop. Lifted right into his path.
Change. Service over. 15-all.
Christiansen, I don't think he was too pleased with that change of shuttle. He certainly was pleased with that shot. It's a great one. Umpire saying that there needed to be a change in shuttle. Christiansen said, what if we don't want to change? But the umpire just went, no, you have to. So he's having a bit of a go.
Service over. 16-15.
I've seen this from the Danish players, a bit of chatter. I saw it from Anders Antonsen earlier in the tournament as well. Part of how they play the sport. And the beauty of this sport as well, you get quality from various different nations,
17,
different parts of
15.
the world coming up together against each other. Not adjusting to those moments.
Adjust.
And dealing with the different challenges that arrive.
$18, 15. Adjust. No sweat throwing.
Christiansen and Bøje going level, 15-all. Cheng and Zhang. 3 points strung together. Go up to 18. Oh, lovely that from Cheng. Has he been able to keep that one in play? Appears not, but
Service over.
good effort.
16,
Came into
18.
him so quickly. Getting down low. Let's try to flick it back in behind Christiansen. Clear it to the backcourt. Win that shot. Nice effort. Didn't quite get his reward from it. Christiansen. That shot keeping things interesting in this first game. Nice and close. Exactly what we expected it to be between these pairings. And in terms of the overall points as well in the head-to-heads between the two from their previous meetings.
Play.
Cheng and Singh. Zhang 78 points. Christiansen and Bøje 75.
17.
No vocal communication there between
18.
Christiansen and Bøje.
Return the shuttle.
Right down the middle.
Play on.
It's tricky in the doubles there. You have to communicate very quickly with your partner. And Cheng and Zhang, they weren't quite sure who was going to go for that. Right through the middle. Neither one did. Bøje went for the clear. And just had the anticipation of Cheng.
19-17.
Read it, he was coming. And knew exactly where he wanted to place it as well. Plenty of power on that. Jump smash. Getting closer and closer to that 21. Up to 19 now, Cheng and Zhang. 2 away from Christiansen and Bøje.
Service over. 18-19.
Sent wide by Cheng.
19
Christiansen and Bøje. Level at 19 all. Well, they've had to get themselves into this position on a number of occasions.
Matthias.
Work their way back level. Much better post interval from Christiansen and Bøje.
Fault.
Fault for Bøje. Much annoyance there from Christiansen. He had a
20,
pretty long
game
chat
point,
before
19.
that serve. Was encouraged to get on with it by the umpire. And you can see quite clearly the fault there from Bøje. So Cheng and Zhang at game point. Well, big smash in the middle initially, well returned by Christiansen and Bøje. And it's a credit to them under pressure with that point.
Service
Game
over.
point it was, and
20.
managed to defend that well. And going around the head and not quite getting the angle right. So, too much length on that shot, and we're level at 20 all.
Okay. Alexander. You're doubling. Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Well, she did well initially to bat it away a couple of times, looking for those blocks like across Bøje.
Service over.
The pressure eventually
21,
told. They just
20.
kept it aimed in her direction and at pace. And it's Zhang right into the body.
This is my third time when I call you about no sweat trolling. No, come here, come.
Repeated warnings for Christiansen.
Matthias Christiansen, warning for misconduct. You refuse to follow my instructions.
It's a warning for misconduct, not following the umpire's instructions. Brilliant stuff. And again. Oh, after all of that and all his effort in that passage, Cheng puts that right into the net. Some super work defensively just in that rally. And we're having a look at that point, but there were some wonderful shots and strong defensive work from Cheng. I want them to hang in there. And he just pushes that right into the net. 21 all.
Shuttle. Return the shuttle. Just return. Service over. 21 all. Play.
Umpire having to do a lot of talking to both sides. He's going to have to be careful as well. Christiansen has already been shown the yellow card for misconduct. And Zhang has now been reminded twice already of returning the shuttle. A bit quicker. Into the body, blocked well. Not the second time from Zhang. Christiansen just with the power. Doesn't want the change of shuttle. Look at Zhang going across to the umpire. Christiansen is saying no.
21. It's return.
Wants to play on with that. Wants to keep going with that.
Play on.
So the first time, when they wanted a change, Zhang, umpire allowed it. Christiansen wasn't happy. And the second time, umpire says return the shuttle. Christiansen was had his request accepted this time. Didn't want the change. They have the advantage. Game point for the Danes. Oh, yes. Wow, they get it. Christiansen and Bøje. What a turnaround. Really incredible. And look at Christiansen having a look at the crowd, getting a big reaction.
23-21.
They've been entertained. Solid first game this. What a turnaround from Christiansen and Bøje. Well, he was actually going to come back to it as we have a look. 23-21 to Christiansen and Bøje in 27 minutes.
Twenty seconds. 20 seconds. Coaches, return to your chairs.
So an excellent first game. Christiansen and Bøje with the win. And had to turn that around very nicely, and they did. After a slow start, they went into the interval 5 points behind, and post-interval, a completely different performance. And they went ahead to take the win, 23-21 in that first game after 27 minutes. But what we saw from Christiansen as well, he was just, as we left into the break after the first game, was making this motion with his hands to a member of the support staff in the crowd saying that he needed a towel, and he's been booked as well. Shown a caution by the umpire for the fact that he's not followed instructions, because he's had a bit of an issue with wiping away some of that sweat from his face. So he was asking for a towel. He certainly got the crowd excited with that. They thought it was some kind of message or a celebration of some sort, but we're well aware the job's not done. Far from it. What a hit that was from Cheng as well.
2 love.
Big smash right down the line.
I just return the shuttle.
That's Christiansen
Just return the shuttle.
who wants to go and say, well, maybe we need a change. Oh, mind games here being employed. Christiansen. An umpire having to really be right on top of this. Having to do a lot of work, a lot of talking.
Service over. 1-2.
Now Christiansen, who has gone up as high as world number 4 in the mixed doubles. His previous partner, Christina Pedersen, that was in October, at the end of October 2018. Currently at the highest ranking with Alexandra Bøje, number 7.
Service over. 3-2.
Well, there's really good support for both pairs. Easily killed at the net by Zhang.
4-2. Shuttle. Oh, return shuttle.
This came right to her again at a really good height.
Play on.
Christiansen asking for another change of shuttle.
Cheng.
It seems like every time they go 2 points down in this second game, they look for a little bit of a delay. Christiansen worked the first time. They got themselves back to 2-all. They've got another 2-point deficit to make up. Open side. That's collected by Cheng.
5-2.
There was an instance earlier in that first game where he wasn't able to get across quick enough to retrieve after a smash. He did so in that passage, and then getting a nice bit of good fortune in the touch off the top of the net, falling on the side of Christiansen and Bøje. Such a fascinating mixed doubles contest this. Both pairs technically very strong, and there's also that added emotional element and mental element in this one. Gamesmanship from both sides. Cheng with a big blast and
6,
Zhang with the
2.
celebration on the face of the opposition. There you go with that. Raising that fist. Four points clear now. And with that, comes back down to 3. Will be this sort of contest.
6.
And even if Cheng and Zhang are able to establish an advantage, create a gap, as we saw in that first game, Christiansen and Bøje, well capable of eating away at it.
Just quick throw in. Yeah. Go, go.
Lovely touch there by Bøje.
4, 6. Service over. 7, 4. Well,
the first ever champions in this tournament in the mixed doubles, way back in 1987, were from Denmark. Peter Bock and Grete Morgensen.
Service over.
And then won another title in 1997 from Michael Søgaard and Rika Olsen. Haven't been able to win a mixed doubles title at this tournament since then.
Service over. 9-5.
"29 years since we had a mixed doubles winner at this tournament for Denmark."
Service over. 6-9.
China, on the other hand, have won 3 of the last 4 editions of this tournament in the mixed doubles. Feng Yanzi and Huang Tongping, the champions last year. And prior to that, in 2024, we had Guo Xinhua and Chen Fanghui.
9.
And in 2022, Zheng Siwei and Huang Yaqiong. The last 4 editions, only Kim Won-ho and Zheng Ayun from Korea Republic have been able to make a dent in the mixed doubles run that we've seen from Chinese pairs.
Service over. 10-7.
I should be delighted with that, Zhang.
Interval.
Really punishing at that net. Right to the feet of Christiansen. With the intercept at the front court, driving it down and low. With that flick. Almost a half jump there from Zhang. flick of the wrist with the power and the point on the angle. And once more, Cheng and Zhang go into the interval in the lead, 11-7.
seconds. 20 seconds. Coach, return to your chairs. Thank you. Players, back on court. Eleven, 7, play. Service over. 8-11.
Plenty of aggression in that shot from Christiansen. Good leap as well, taking it at height. Chance of a return right down into the ground. Post-interval in that first game where we saw Christiansen and Bøje got a nice push. Went on to win that first game. Wonderful to see more of the same here from them. It's going to be a challenge though. Call was out.
Challenges. Call
on the
out.
Shot from Cheng. What a challenge, but it is out. Unsuccessful challenge.
One challenge remaining. 9, 11.
So the one challenge remaining for
play.
Cheng and Zhang. It was pretty close. What to go? Looking good for Christiansen and Bøje again, post-interval.
10-11.
A run of 3. Points put together here to go up to 10. Good serve retrieved by Cheng. And they go level. 11-all.
11-all.
Christiansen and Bøje picking up 4 on the bounce. Even it up at 11-all. And into the lead, 5 points in a row for Christiansen and Bøje.
They're not allowed. No. On court. On court.
Zhang trying to delay.
We allow only for bleeding. Okay? Stay on. Play.
A bit of gamesmanship from both sides. What we've seen throughout this match. Well, with the flick again. Nice stuff there. Christiansen with a look across to Cheng.
13-11.
As if to say, caught you out twice now with that. He was able to get a return on it, but immediately under that attacking pressure. It wasn't a return from a good position. That stare across from Christiansen. wanted that streak to be broken.
Service
Cheng and
over.
Zhang,
12,
Christiansen and
13.
Bøje put 6 points together to go into the lead. And need that momentum shift again to go their way. Very much with Christiansen and Bøje at post-interval once more in this second game. Oh, rally that was. Now Christiansen approaching the net.
Service over.
And staring down Cheng,
14-12.
making sure he had a look. And as they go off for the towel down, he might have just had a word as well. Cheng ignoring Christiansen. I was looking for that reverse slice drop shot. Right into the net instead. Quite a bit in this one. Not just about the quality out there in terms of the technical ability. 61 shots at the longest rally of this contest. Yeah, not just about the technical quality on display, the tactics, but also the mind games on display as well.
Play on.
Top pairings coming up against each other. Down to those fine margins. And you look to try and get any advantage that you can over the opponent. That's Cheng's turn.
Service over. 13-14.
Got one over Christiansen. Better Tangming. And that smash again down the line.
All.
So they have now gone level at 14-all. Cheng and Zhang came through the first round against Pakapon Teratsakun and Subsidy Teratanachai in an hour 20 minutes. Over 3 games. That was a close contest, a real battle there. 21-19, 17-21, 21-17 for Cheng and Zhang. And then another matchup in the second round, in the round of 16. Against Indonesia's Amri Shanawi and Nita Violina Marwa. 69 minutes that took.
Service over. 15-14.
The 3 games again. Cheng and Zhang winning that 21-13, 17-21, 21-14. They spent a lot of time on court over those first 2 matches, and then in the quarterfinal they had just 32 minutes. Then they needed to defeat Yuichi Shimogami and Sayaka Hobara in straight games, 21-15, 21-11. So that will have been of some benefit to them in terms of not having additional minutes out on court. And for Christiansen and Bøje, on the other hand,
play.
not had as much time out on court. 32 minutes, that's all they needed in their first round win against Kapila and Krasto of India. 21-9, 21-15, and then in the second round, 39 minutes on court. 21-9, 23-21 victory for them against Mulia and Pranata. Great rally again. Big point to win for Cheng and Zhang after all of that. 15 all.
Service over.
But another long extended rally. Good defensive work from Christiansen and Bøje initially, and then just then as Bøje was trying to flick it back across. Looking for something different. Took a bit of a chance. Right into the net there. And the point going to Cheng and Zhang. Plenty of minutes in the legs for Cheng and Zhang. Christiansen and Bøje, for them, they needed 70 minutes to get through their quarterfinal against Gao CHN and Wei Yasin. 21-16, 18-21, 21-19. Pretty tense encounter that as well. Christiansen and Bøje coming out on top. So perhaps that, the first huge test. And certainly being tested here as well by Cheng and Zhang.
Yes.
Plenty of tension in this. Quick point on 16, that serve 15. For Cheng. It's going to be a challenge here from Christiansen. Lifted that cross court towards the back end. Call was out. Christiansen watching on, hoping that this is corrected. It is indeed out.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining.
So an unsuccessful challenge.
17-15.
Cheng and Zhang edging ahead again.
Service over.
Excuse the serve this time.
16-17.
I haven't really had chance to see either of these two pairs go on these strong, dominant runs. It's been incredibly close. Not enough from Bøje.
Service over. 18-16.
Not that extra element here in semi-finals. Once you get to these stages, and the minutes already spent out on court, you have to pay a lot of respect to these athletes. It is intense. It is such a challenge physically, and especially if you're a player who tends to go deep in tournaments on a consistent basis. That's killed off by Zhang. That's that 1-2 punch. Cheng from the backcourt.
19,
Zhang a little bit closer
16.
to the net. As it's blocked. Back into her path with the intercept, taking on that responsibility.
On court.
Smash it back down again into the feet of Christiansen. Got ready to defend, knew what was coming, but that shot was just too quick and too steep for him to deal with.
Stay on.
Oh, big one. Cheng and Zhang
20, game point, 16.
at game point here. Must win second game for them, and they're one away. There's a look at his racket, Christiansen. What a response, though. Lovely shot across with the forehand from Christiansen.
Service over, 17-20.
Yes, with that flick of the wrist, nice and low, clearing the net, and landing in that back corner. Had to get that spot on under the circumstances. No room for error here for Christiansen and Bøje. That's an error there
Game.
from Christiansen. So
Second
game to Cheng and Zhang.
Cheng Sing and Zhang Shi. 21-17.
1-1.
One game all.
And we will go into the decider. We will have a final game coming up in just a few moments as Cheng and Zhang take the second game, 21-17.
Twenty seconds. 20 seconds. Matches. Okay. Back on court. Use your foot. Just put your foot. It's okay. Thank you. Final game.
What a great crowd here. Nimibutr Stadium, Bangkok.
Level.
First mixed doubles semi-final.
Play.
Cheng and Zhang up against Christiansen and Bøje. And we are into our third game, our final game. Christiansen and Bøje with the win in the first, 23-21. Cheng and Zhang with a good response, 21-17. And so this is where we are. For the first time
One
in
love.
the meeting between these two pairs, we will go to 3 games. And previously, it's been straight games wins, 1 each, with Christiansen and Bøje. The winners in their most recent meeting, in the round of 16 at the India Open.
2 love. Three love. Play on.
It's the 4th time at this tournament that Cheng and Zhang have been taken to 3 games and past the hour mark. What do they have in that tank?
Service over. 1-3.
So getting that first point on the board. After a sharp start from Christiansen and Bøje. Well placed, lovely shot that from Cheng. Beautiful.
2-3. Just change.
Lovely timing. And the connection with that and the placement as well. Combined with pace.
Play on. Service over. 4-1-2. Five, 2. Service over. 3-5. Service over.
Umpire didn't want to change the shuttle.
6-3.
Again, umpire saying you have to go ahead with it. Let's touch off the top of the net. Rolling down across onto the side of Cheng and Zhang.
Service over. 4-6. Cheng challenges Paul out.
So Cheng challenging the out call.
Challenge unsuccessful. One challenge remaining. Service over. 7-4. Play.
Well, that was well out. An unsuccessful challenge. No real surprise. Christiansen and Bøje, who in a partnership as well, have had some time apart. Touch, really smart play from Zhang.
Service over.
Changing it up
5-7.
in his tempo.
What the court is.
Beautiful drop. Right on the tee. Let's get this guy's on that as well. He just had a Christiansen and Bøje backing off, taking a step back, expecting it to come at them at pace, and then he took all that pace out of it. Just had them caught on the back foot.
Zhang.
Well, while Christiansen was out serving a one-year ban,
Thank you.
Bøje trained
Play
and
on.
competed with Robin Tabling. Played in several World Tour tournaments together, and won that German Open title as a partnership. And then after tabling it, retired from international badminton. Bøje then shifted the focus back towards training ahead of Christiansen's return. They made their comeback at the Macau Open last year.
Service over. 8-5.
Bøje and Christiansen winning their first title together. They're back in 2020. In the Salo Lux Open, Super 100 event. And won a total of 7 BWF World Tour titles together as a partnership.
5.
Looking good for them here now as well. 4 points clear of Cheng and Zhang.
Service over. 6-9.
Good hands that from Bøje.
Service over. 10-6.
Stepping in.
Players. No walk around on court. Don't walk around. Play on.
A bit careless that from Cheng.
Service over. 7-10.
body. Tough one for Bøje.
8-10. Sorry.
To react to. Did well with the initial shot right down the middle. Probably the connection. And Zhang right into the body. Awkward angle.
Play on.
And this time she didn't want to change. Umpire with the overrule saying, yep, change of shuttle required. So they go on again now. There's 2 points the difference. Well, Christiansen and Bøje for the first time in this match actually take a lead going into the interval. 3 points clear at the break in this final game. Christiansen, Bøje 11, Cheng and Zhang 8. Big cheers as well for Ratchanong Intanon in the crowd. So Christiansen and Bøje with the advantage. And we'll come back out post-interval in just a bit.
$20 seconds. 20 seconds. Coaches, return to your chairs. Players, back on court. Players, coach, return to your chairs. Cheng, you're back. Eleven, 8, play.
Well, pretty much a full house here at the Nimibutr Stadium. Wonderful arena. I've seen some excellent badminton in the last few days of this tournament. The most historic indoor sporting venues in Thailand. Sitting right in the heart of Bangkok within the National Stadium Sports Complex.
Service over. 9-11.
This arena opened in 1963. Long been associated with many of Thailand's major indoor sporting events. There's that real old school atmosphere about it. Crowd very close to the action, close to the court. Can create an intense, energetic environment for the players. And to welcome many of the world's top badminton stars. Being treated to another excellent contest here. An intense battle between Christiansen, Bøje and Cheng and Zhang.
Service over. 10-12.
Well, it has been fascinating as well for the players to try and deal with the conditions that some of them would have faced at the BWF Cup Finals in Horsens. A very different environment here with the heat and humidity. It is pretty warm in the arena as well. Players having to adjust to the quick pace of the shuttle.
Service over. 13-10.
So 3 points, the difference at the moment. Christiansen and Bøje.
Challenges call out.
Call was out, so there's a challenge here. Oh, look to be pretty close in real time. Let's see what it is like once we get the image. Yeah, no, it is. Christiansen was convinced immediately that it was going to be an unsuccessful challenge.
Remaining.
Actually waved it off. So they're out of challenges now, Cheng and Zhang. And Christiansen and Bøje have a 4-point lead.
Play.
from Cheng. Painful one.
Fifth. Return the shuttle. Zhang.
That's an unfortunate for
Play
Cheng.
on. Okay.
And getting caught out on that serve, starting to look
16.
good, really good for Christiansen and Bøje now.
Seventeen, 10. Okay, shuttle. Play on. Play. Fault. Service over. 11-17. Oh! 12-17.
So a couple of points back for Cheng and Zhang.
Thirteen, 17. Just good.
So another one here for Cheng and Zhang. Just looking to try and keep things interesting if they can, step by step. Close in on Christiansen and Bøje.
Fourteen, 17.
And this will give Cheng and Zhang plenty of encouragement. 7 points off at 17, well, 10-17 rather. I'll put 4 in a row. Perfect placement that.
Wipe the court, please.
So 5 points in a row. Getting themselves up to 15. Really pushed nicely towards the backcourt, well controlled. And that shot. And they're fighting back here, Cheng and Zhang. Just when it looked like they were going to be in a lot of trouble. It's 7-point deficit in this final
15,
game.
17.
They've done brilliantly to work their way back into this. And now the difference is just 2. Now that streak
over.
broken.
18-15.
5 on the bounce.
Matthias.
Christiansen and Bøje pick up the next one. The advantage at 3. They're themselves at 3 away from the victory here. Straightforward one for Zhang. To finish off. Christiansen knew there's going to be trouble. Just tried to do his best to distract Zhang with that stamp. Some might say a little bit unsporting.
Thank you.
And that's how much it means to these players. Just how close it is. And going back to the fact that you'll be looking to try and take any advantage that you can. Such a close battle. Wonderful contest this has been. Between Zhang and Christiansen Bøje.
Service over. 19-16. Play on.
Well, a big point that for Christiansen and Bøje. Match point here for them.
16.
Going to step into that serve. Cheng only able to return it into the net. Oh, they've gotten it. Christiansen and Bøje making the final here in Bangkok. And the journey continues. An epic mixed doubles semi-final. A real test of quality, a real test of conditioning and fitness levels. And a great encounter that we've just witnessed comes to an end. Denmark will have representation in the mixed doubles final here in Bangkok.
Match
that final shot from Zhang just drifting wide. And Christiansen and Bøje
23-21,
getting the victory.
17-21, 21-16.
Celebrating with the crowd, feeding off that energy. And appreciating their support in this match. So 1997, the last time we had champions in the mixed doubles from Denmark, Michael Søgaard and Rikke Olsen. And they will have representation in the final in 2026 as Christiansen and Bøje continue to fight for the title here in Thailand. Final score on this one, 23-21, 17-21, 21-16. Christiansen Bøje advancing to play for the championship. Well, a great mixed doubles clash just ended after 84 minutes. Christiansen and Bøje with the win against Cheng and Zhang, 2-1. And coming up next, we will have a men's single semi-final. Christiansen, the 4th seed, up against Nimibutr Stadium, the number 2 seed and defending champion.